Picture this, you've packed your bags, arrived at the airport, and breezed through security. Your flight is almost there, but suddenly you hear the dreaded words, "Sorry, you can't board." In 2025, this scenario is happening more often than you'd think, and the reasons might surprise you. From strict baggage policies to overbooked flights, airports have changed how they operate. In this video, I'll show you 15 common mistakes that could get you denied boarding. Trust me, you'll want to avoid these if you want to make your next flight a smooth one. And don't forget to hit that subscribe button. Number 1. Carry-on bag mistakes. It's easy to assume that your carry-on bag will be just fine as long as it looks like it fits in the overhead bin. But in 2025, things are stricter than ever. Airlines now have gate agents equipped with measuring racks to check whether your bag meets the required size, even if it looks perfect. If your bag doesn't fit precisely, you're going to be asked to check it at the gate. This can be a major headache, especially if you're carrying important items like medication, expensive electronics, or musical instruments. To avoid this, make sure to double check your bag's size against the airline's specific guidelines before you leave home. It's a small step, but it can save you a lot of trouble at the airport. Number 2. Arriving too late for boarding. We've all been there. You arrive at the gate on time, only to find out it already closed. This is happening more often than you think, and it's mostly due to airlines closing gates earlier than before. In 2025, the standard for boarding time is tightening, with many airlines sealing the doors 15 minutes before the scheduled departure, and some even close early if the flight is full or everyone is already boarded. So while you're sipping coffee in the terminal, the gate could be locked. To avoid this, arrive earlier than you think you need to, especially at larger airports with higher passenger volume. It's better to be early than risk being left behind. Number 3. Name mismatch between ticket and ID. It's not just about having a ticket, it's about the exact details. Even a tiny mismatch between the name on your ticket and the name on your ID can get you grounded at the gate. Airlines follow strict international security guidelines, and they won't make exceptions. Something as simple as a typo, like Sam instead of Samuel, could mean you miss your flight. This has happened to passengers who didn't realize their tickets were incorrect. It's critical to double check your booking before you head to the airport. If there's any discrepancy, correct it before it's too late. A quick call to the airline can save you a lot of stress and possibly your entire trip. Number 4. Missing the check-in deadline. Missing your check-in deadline can be a costly mistake, and airlines are tightening up on check-in times in 2025. While most airlines require you to check in at least 30 to 60 minutes before departure, it's becoming more common for them to close check-in even earlier. If you miss this deadline, you can't board, even if you're at the airport. What's even worse is that airlines don't always announce these things, leaving you scrambling at the last minute. The best way to avoid this mistake is to check in online as soon as possible. This way you won't risk missing the cutoff time, and you'll save yourself the headache of long lines at the airport. Number 5. Facial recognition boarding. In 2025, airports are embracing futuristic technology, and one of the most significant changes is facial recognition boarding. While it's intended to speed up the boarding process, it's also raising privacy concerns, and passengers who refuse may find themselves denied boarding. Some airlines are mandating this system on international flights, and opting out isn't always an option. If you refuse, you could risk delaying the process and possibly missing your flight altogether. While it's a controversial change, it's becoming the new norm in airports worldwide. To avoid trouble, be prepared to go through facial recognition. If you have concerns, check the airline's policy in advance to understand your options and avoid delays at the gate. Number 6. Being rude or disruptive. You might think that as long as you have your ticket and ID, you're good to go. But airlines in 2025 are giving gate agents more authority to deny boarding if they suspect you might cause problems during the flight. This could be due to an aggressive attitude, being rude to staff, or even a tone of voice that rubs the gate agent the wrong way. It doesn't matter if you were right in the situation. If they think you're going to be disruptive, they can deny you boarding on the spot. The best way to avoid this mistake is simple. Stay calm, stay respectful, and keep your cool. You'll be much more likely to make it on board if you maintain a positive attitude. Number 7. Overbooked flights. Overbooking is a long-standing practice, but it's become even more prevalent in 2025. Airlines tend to sell more seats than they have, betting that a few passengers won't show up. But when everyone does, someone gets bumped. In some cases, airlines ask for volunteers, but often it's not up to you. They may decide who gets bumped based on factors like check-in time, ticket class, or even loyalty status. To reduce your chances of being bumped, check in as early as possible. It also helps to join the airline's frequent flyer program, even if you don't fly often. Being part of the program can increase your chances of getting a seat, especially during overbooking situations. Number 8. Offending fellow passengers with odor. While it may seem strange, your scent can actually get you denied boarding in 2025. This doesn't just refer to body odor. Strong perfumes, cologne, or even lingering cigarette smoke can trigger complaints from fellow passengers. If someone near you complains, gate agents may decide to pull you off the flight to ensure everyone's comfort. It's not about hygiene, it's about creating a pleasant environment for all passengers. To avoid this issue, avoid overpowering scents before flying. You don't want to risk getting pulled aside for something that could have easily been prevented with a little extra attention to your fragrance. Keep it light and consider skipping the strong scents before heading to the airport. Number 9. Expired or invalid passport or ID. Your passport might be in your hand, but that doesn't always mean it's valid for travel. In 2025, many countries are enforcing stricter rules. Some require that your passport be valid for at least 6 months beyond your travel date. Others want to see at least 2 or more blank visa pages. And if your passport is torn, stained, or has a peeling cover, immigration or airline staff might refuse it altogether. Even for domestic US flights, Real ID is now mandatory in many states. If you show up with a standard driver's license, you may be turned away. Always double-check passport rules for your destination and inspect your documents before travel. It can mean the difference between flying or being grounded. Number 10. Booking glitches and ticket cancellations. You've paid, received a confirmation, and even picked your seat. But when you arrive at the airport, your name isn't in the system. What happened? In 2025, booking glitches, especially through third-party sites, are more common than you'd expect. Sometimes a payment doesn't fully process. Other times, the airline cancels a booking if something looks off, and they don't always notify you. This creates a ghost reservation that looks real until you check in. To avoid this, always confirm directly with the airline 48 hours before departure. Save every email, screenshot your confirmation and boarding pass, and check the status of your booking online. These small steps can help you prove your case if anything goes wrong. Number 11. Security or watch list flags. Imagine everything going smoothly, until security pulls you aside without warning. You're told you can't board, and no one explains why. One possible reason? Your name might match someone on a government watch list, or perhaps a system flag from a past issue or a technical glitch has wrongly identified you. In 2025, these situations are happening more frequently, and they can take weeks to clear. Unfortunately, it often happens without any prior notice. To reduce the risk, avoid any past behaviors that could raise flags, like making jokes about safety or security. And if you've had past issues, call your airline days before your trip. Getting ahead of the problem is better than finding out too late at the gate. Number 12. Misunderstanding the airline's baggage fees. Some passengers pack light to save money, but then get surprised by fees at the gate. Airlines in 2025 are now enforcing baggage policies more strictly than ever. Some charge high fees for bags that exceed size or weight limits by even a small margin. Others will charge more for baggage if it's not prepaid before arrival. If you reach the gate with a bag that hasn't been paid for, you might be asked to return to check-in, or worse, be denied boarding. Always review your airline's baggage policy in detail. Use a luggage scale at home, and if you're unsure, pay for the bag online ahead of time. It's cheaper, faster, and helps you avoid a stressful scene at the gate. Number 13. Unclear travel documents. Having the right paperwork is more than just having a visa or passport. It's about having all the right versions of those documents. In 2025, different countries have different documentation requirements, and it's easy to get caught off guard. Some destinations want printed health forms, others expect proof of vaccination or digital travel passes. A few even require proof of accommodation or return flights. If any of these are missing or incomplete, boarding may be denied. Make a checklist before you fly. Go through embassy websites, airline advisories, and travel alerts. Print everything you can, store digital backups, and keep all paperwork in a folder. That extra bit of preparation can keep your travel plans on track. Number 14. Excessive carry-on items. You might think a tote bag and a backpack are no big deal, but in 2025, airlines are enforcing personal item and carry-on limits more closely. If your ticket only includes one personal item and you show up with 2, you could be told to check one. And if the plane is full, that can mean being denied boarding altogether. This is especially common on low-cost carriers and basic economy fares. Gate agents are trained to spot violations and may not be flexible. Before you head to the airport, check how many items your fare allows. Pack efficiently, and if needed, consolidate smaller bags into one. A little planning can help you avoid unpleasant surprises at boarding time. Number 15. Unpaid fees or outstanding charges. Everything seems fine, until you're told at the gate there's an unpaid charge. It could be for a seat selection, an added bag, or even a service fee that didn't go through. In 2025, some airlines now require all balances to be cleared before issuing a final boarding pass. If they find an unresolved charge, they can deny you access to the plane until it's paid. This happens more often with travelers who book through apps or third-party services, where final payments might fail silently. The fix? Always log into your airline's official website a day before your flight and check for pending payments or required actions. Settling everything in advance keeps you from being caught off guard when it matters most. There you have it, 15 common airport mistakes that can get you denied boarding in 2025. From carry-on issues to document errors, many of these mistakes are avoidable if you're prepared. Remember, the key to smooth air travel is paying attention to the details and being proactive. Next time you head to the airport, follow these tips to avoid the stress of being left behind. Stay sharp, stay calm, and enjoy your flight. If you found this helpful, make sure to like, share, and subscribe for more tips. Safe travels, and we'll see you in the next one.